People say I ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Cause I shave my head in the morning and pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
What's up, folks? Thank y'all for tuning into the Josh Terry podcast. This is the first show I've done in the past about a week because my ass took some time 4th of July to celebrate America and do some shit with my kid and just ignore you sons of bitches, to be honest with you. I needed some me time. I wouldn't even call it mental health. I just fucking didn't want to do this for a couple of days. But anyway, I want to give a big thank you to the folks in Alabama that took me out last evening. Pearl Promoting, the folks over at the Cotton Field, and we've got some big shit coming up for you over there. I cannot wait for it. And to all the sponsors on the show, you're not going to hear your ads before this episode because we're doing a show with one of our sponsors. So just want to give a big thank you to everybody, though. Everybody that's associated with the show. There'll be plenty more shows coming out this month, so none of y'all get pissy with me because you didn't hear your ad before this one. We've got an event coming up Saturday over in McRae, Georgia, out at 9 Points Properties, and I'm going to introduce you to the guy that got in touch with me. I'm going to be helping them with several things coming up, and I'm just excited to have this dude on the show. So I would like to introduce y'all from 9 Points Properties, Mr. Brian Purvis. So, dude.
How's it going, guys? What's up, man?
Well, it's way better now that I'm actually doing a fucking show with you because it seems like we've been trying to do this for the past week. And I just want to say real fast, you have been a pleasure to work with. I'm very glad that you reached out to me. I've been looking to do stuff in my backyard for a while now. I'm originally from Eastman, Georgia. So doing stuff from around McRae, I think I'm going to enjoy doing some stuff with you down there, dude.
Absolutely, yeah. Our family actually comes from like Chauncey, Eastman area, so that's so that is kind of our hometown where we actually came from before we came to Florida.
And let me tell you, the first phone call we had, I almost would have swore up and down I'd have never done anything in McRae. I would have never done anything in McRae. But just the way that you talked to me the first time, I was like, this is my dude. We got some mutual friends already. I like how you handled business. I looked up the pictures and stuff from the venue right away. Like, this is a cool place, and you've been cool as hell. So I'm excited. This is the first time in my life I've been excited about going to McRae. But it ought to be a good time. I think it's going to be a really good time Saturday night.
Yes, sir. We should have a good time. They're claiming that lots of people are going to be there. So, anytime that we can do something for that area, it always pleasures me, pleasures the family, to give them an opportunity to have a night out with the family. And
yeah,
it's exciting. It's exciting all the way around.
Well, I'm not only looking forward to this with y'all, but I'm looking forward to other ones coming up that me and you could potentially do in the future together. You knew how to talk to me right off the bat. And like, I appreciate that. Like, I appreciate somebody that's actually listened to the show and knows that, like, hey, I've got to say this up front. And so
exactly.
So like, he knows to take me serious and shit. And dude, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. There's been people try to keep me out of McRae, around that area anyway. Like I've had a couple bump ins with some people from that area that think they're bigger than what they are. And the fact that I'm getting to come into y'all's backyard and do some stuff, I'm very excited about it.
Well, and it's just like what we talked about earlier. We kind of share the same views about local live music, and that's what keeps local music with some of the bar owners. And we talked about how people need to these venues need to step up and help us continue. I've been fortunate enough I actually get to play with a national act at times, but I still play local events, and there's some great local talent, which some of those mutual friends you talked about, I enjoy them. We actually get to share, the same feelings that those guys will call us and say, "Hey, man, listen to this song," and it's just nice.
Well, why don't you tell everybody real fast, even though I'm looking at the address and all that kind of stuff, kind of give them some details for Saturday real quick. And then we'll kind of get into some of the artists that are going to be there and then just bullshitting us, just talking about how 9 Points properties came about and all that good stuff.
Oh man, you're gonna love this story. So hold on a second, let me find it. So the gates open at 7. I don't have the address sitting in front of me. I just know it's Turnpike Creek Cemetery Road.
It is 591 Turnpike Cemetery Road, McRae, Georgia.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. I know how to drive there. I spent a lot of time up there, but a lot of time I know how to get there. It just finally got an address because there's actually a house there now. So, yeah, we got those guys coming out of Douglas, Georgia, coming up, man. You got the list of the guys, and there's a couple of them offhand that I don't know personally yet, but I can't wait to meet them. And some of them I do know personally. I've had an opportunity to talk to.
Well, I've got to write and do some stuff with Aaron Brown. He's been on the show. He's the only one out of your lineup, out of the lineup on Saturday that's been on the show. But Will Mosley, I have tried to get hooked up with this guy. Me and him have a shit ton of mutual friends. And I've just heard nothing but good things about this cat. Like, I've heard nothing but really good shit about Will. And I'm excited. This will be the first time. I'm real big on not listening to an artist, like acoustic or anything, if I'm going to work with them until I hear them in person. I don't really like messing with anybody until like I've heard you live. And I'm excited. I'm very excited to hear Will. And I know the rest of the lineup's good too, but he's the one that's been dropped to me a lot.
Yeah, he is really taken off in the area. He's kind of shown himself to us. For me, I live in Florida, so towards Orlando, and he's even, I've heard a lot about him just being down here. I mean, we do have roots there, of course. Lots of folks have called and said, "Hey, man, you really need to take a look at this kid and see what he's doing." And he's, he is mind blowing at some of the stuff he's doing right now. I think he just did the Blue Room, and I think that's kind of prestigious for y'all's area to play that.
Oh yeah. If you're playing Statesboro in a Blue Room, you're doing something right.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, me and him were actually supposed to get together and write and just hang out and do some shit like about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I can't remember what happened and what came up, but both of us at the last minute was just like, I think it was on a Sunday. And I'll be real, I don't like doing shit on Sunday. And I think he was on the way back from Nashville or something, and it didn't work out. But it was where he's somebody that I want to sit down with. He's somebody I want to do shit with. But yeah, but even the rest of your lineup, like I've heard the names. That's the thing. Like I've been around Aaron, but Derek Flowers is a name that I've heard a lot. And I just started following him on social media a couple of days ago. Seems like a good dude. Seems like he's got some talent. Nate Baker played a show in Macon the other day. I got him hooked up with my girl Holly over at the Brickyard. They said he did a really good job. Will Richardson, I haven't had the pleasure to have anything of his yet. So the lineup, just from what I know, just what I'm looking at, ought to be pretty good. Now, how's everybody doing it? Like, is it a writer's round format? Are they playing just originals, or are they just entertaining for a couple hours?
I think I'm gonna try to set this up, and this is something me and you can decide whenever we get there of exactly how we want to do this. Because if you're gonna come out and hang out with us, man, I would like to do like the way you do it in Nashville. I think that's a great thing that you do, and I think I'd like to see them, bust out some. I know they've got some originals, and I'd love for them to listen to them. I'd love for everybody to hear it.
Well, for anybody listening, I'm definitely going to be there Saturday. Like I'm coming with bells on and whiskey in my pocket.
Heck yeah.
I don't think I've ever been sober in McRae, Georgia, and I ain't fitting to start Saturday. Like
me neither. How about that?
Hey, I know the women there, and I got to be drunk. There's just not much to offer. There's a shitty Dairy Queen, and no, there's some good people in McRae. I got some good buddies. That's why I'm talking shit. I got some buddies that I grew up with that are from McRae, And so yeah, maybe it'll be cool. I know that it's going to be fun for me because I love acoustic acts. I
Yes.
just when we get there, like you said, we'll talk it out and we'll see exactly how we're going to do it. So if for what he's referring to, folks, if you haven't had a chance, I do shows in Nashville at Live Oak. Shout out to Hasten and everybody there. Mr. Nick, the best sound person on the fucking planet. And it's where I give people a chance to get on stage and to play their originals or play whatever the hell they want. And we put it out as an episode. They're called our Raising Grace rounds. This one's not a Raising Grace round. So I don't know exactly. I'm not going to step on anybody's toes. I'll give opinions when I get there. I'll let you know how I would do it, but you ain't got to do it my way. Oh, I don't expect anybody to.
Hey, you make them sound good up in Nashville, dude. It's I love listening to that. Like I said, and I think this is good for these guys, man. It's just another step in the right direction to be on a good podcast that supports that kind of music, and it's just very respectful as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I very much appreciate that, especially when that comes from somebody who works in music. That always means a lot to me. I've had to spend the past several weeks explaining to people why it's not that I don't like bigger artists. Like I like people that are still cutting their teeth, still earning their stripes, paying their dues. And I'm a big Luke Combs guy. I'm a big Hardy and Wallen guy, just like everybody else. But they've got everybody in the world asking them to do their shows. And it's not that I wouldn't let them on my show. It's not. But they don't need me. They don't need my platform. They don't need this show. If anything, it would be one-sided because hell, it would make my shit blow up even more than it does. I like to work with the artists that you're gonna know tomorrow. I like to be the guy that says, "Told you so." Like I like to do that. I like to where when somebody's got a song like the guy that played one of our last shows played our last show in Nashville. Guy's name's Zach Davis. Let me make sure I get this right because I don't want to fuck this kid's name up. I'm horrible with names. But somebody sent me his stuff on social media, and it was just this one song. And I was like, dude, this is a country song. Like, this is a short enough. Yeah, Zach Davis. It's called Your Side of the Bed. And it is a fucking country song that everybody needs to hear. Well, by just him getting on there and doing that one song, then he played two more. We played three a piece on the show. It was everybody in the room was just like, this kid's a badass. Like, how come we didn't know him before? Like, you don't have a lot of people, and I'm not the only one, but you don't have a lot of people taking gambles and taking chances on people that don't have a name yet. Like that's what I want my content to be about. I would have Wallen and Hardy on this fucking show in a second. Don't get me wrong. Like
Absolutely.
I wouldn't turn it down at all. But they don't need me. And it's where I want to help people that do need me. So that's why we try to put out a certain level of content with our shows. We try to do a certain level of professionalism. That was one of my biggest things is you don't really find people doing what me and you are trying to do outside of in Georgia, outside of Savannah, outside of Statesboro, Valdosta, Macon. You don't even really find it in fucking Atlanta because they don't play country music at all in Atlanta. Besides, unless you go to Eddie's Attic, and that's hit or miss there. So, like when you approached me about this and you told me about the venue and everything and what you were trying to do, I was like, "Oh, we can figure something out. We can definitely do it." And I'm excited. I'm excited to be involved.
Absolutely, man, and we love to have you too, man. I mean, we're 1 year into this. We built the venue, and it was funny when you asked me the other day. You're like, "Well, how big is the venue?" And I'm all like, "Oh, I don't know. It's like 3,000 square feet." You're like, "Well, how many people will it hold?" I'm like, "I don't know." Well, how many can you put on 24 acres?
Yeah,
let's party.
Yeah, dude, I'm down.
24 acres because
that's what's cool about the people in Alabama I left yesterday. They've got the same mindset as I do about what they're trying to do. And it sounds like you do too. I want to recreate Farm Tour. I want to recreate stuff like that, but I want to throw a party when you do it. I want to give people a reason to get there at 2:00 in the afternoon, listen to some really good opening acts, and then hit their ass at the end of the night with a fucking killer. Like,
Yes.
and then have beer sales through the roof, everything else. Like, I want to do stuff like that to where you have the beer Olympics or you have any of these other things that I'm wanting to do to where if you know that my name is associated with it, that I don't care who the artist is. Like, not trying to knock anybody, but you don't give a shit who the artist is because you know it's going to be a good time and the talent level is going to be there. You ain't got
quality.
I want it to be a quality fucking party. And
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where, you know, I didn't get to help y'all plan this one. The next one that y'all do, or next thing that you do, I'm going to help you plan from the very beginning. We're going to make sure, and artists that are on this show, I know you're going to be listening to this. I like y'all, but I ought to kick you in the ass. I'm going to teach y'all on Saturday how to promote an event. You got to make videos. You got to push that shit. You got to let the fans know who you are. Every one of y'all should have said, "Hey, I want to do your show, Josh." And I'd be like, "Hell yeah, let's do it. Run that shit." So
that's it. That's it, man. Yeah, we need all the help we can get. I'm sorry, Josh. Yeah, we need all the help we can get.
Cut me off anytime you want to.
Yeah, no, I'm just driving the nail home with you, you know, because I mean, you know, with us, you know, we don't have all these big avenues to go down like you guys do, you know, and these local artists that know everybody. So we're still, you know, learning and meeting people and finding people who are interested and having Telfair County come in and help and understand that we're not there to make a mockery of the town, that we're there to only help, you know, and bring artists in and do the right things by the folks that live there, and, you know, support the sheriff's office and all those things that, you know, that are required by a business that we're trying to run there. And like I said, just give good, wholesome entertainment. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we want to do is that.
Yeah. Well, that's lacking in your area and are lacking in that area, I should say. You got Kerrigan's over in Vidalia. I love working with them over at Kerrigan's. They've been really good to us in the past. But besides Kerrigan's, and I don't even know if it's open anymore, but do you ever heard of Frank's in Uvalde? Frank?
I haven't. I've heard somebody speak of it, but I've never been there. So
look, I say this from the bottom of my heart with all due respect to this place. It is a shithole, but it is my favorite shithole in the state of Georgia. It is the first place that ever let me do events. The first place. And their staff there, Big Ma and all them, have always been really good to me. It is, you walk into this place and you're like, what the fuck? To start off with, but by the end of the night, you're like, what the fuck? I don't want to leave, dude. Like, it's a blast.
Yeah, so I was going to say, some of those places, man, I played through the years, man, were just like that. You walk in, you're like, I don't know if I should bring a gun or a knife in here. And then by the time you leave, everybody's, you know, high-fiving you, hugs, but you can't leave, you know. It's freaking, I've had those places like that. And it's good to have something like that, too, as well.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
And, like, because where I live at in Cochran, there's no place set up what you got. In Eastman, where I'm from, there's no place set up like you got. I'm hoping by doing this with y'all, I have found the place in Georgia that's not only close to home, so it's just pretty convenient for me, but the place that it's like, hey, folks, y'all come out on Saturday, because if this goes good, I'm going to make sure that the next one is fucking 10 times bigger. Like, it's going to be the shit like this. And I got a feeling from just dealing with Brian so far that this is advertised. That's one of the things with me. If you've ever listened to our Nashville shows and I tell an artist that you were as advertised, that means you got exactly what you expect. So when you hear 9 Points Properties, or you hear the Josh Terry podcast, or Raising Grace Rounds, or anything like that, you're going to know, I got to get a fucking ticket. I got to get my ass there. We're going to have a good time. So,
yes, sir. And we've done. Oh yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you know, we've brought in some national acts here as of late, and done a few things this past year, and just tried to make sure everybody understood that we were there. Ironically, rodeos are great there, which is crazy. I never thought a rodeo would be like a pop-in event, and they're actually asking for more. And I believe we're setting up an event in November for a real big rodeo to come to town, so that we can, do that. And of course, like I said, this is where you kind of step in and help us too. Get some of these local artists come in. We're going to need entertainment outside of the rodeo.
Well, see, like I'll tell everybody listening this, and Brian's fixing to find this out on the spot. If the weekend of September the 9th and 8th are not booked, like if there's nothing going on that you've got there, that's the weekend of my birthday. And if it's where this goes good, we're going to get somebody like a Brett Cherokee, or we're going to get somebody like a Cody Christensen that come down and play full band, and it be my actual birthday spot, to where we can advertise it for a month and a half to where it goes ham.
Yes.
If it's where it works out like that. If it works out like that, I think it'll be awesome. Get some fucking water slides. We'll get some beer pong tables set up out there, some cornhole tables, and we'll go ape shit.
Yeah, I guess that's gonna be fun. And we got a 5-acre pond there, so I'm sure you could probably get buck naked, jump out there in that thing or something crazy. I don't know.
You can have a kiddie pool, and if I get drunk enough, I'm gonna get buck naked and dive bomb in it. It don't take much. There ain't much to see, but damn it, it don't take much to get me there either.
Props to the 4th of July photos. Props, brother.
Yeah, the 4th of July photos blew up way bigger than I thought they were going to. I just saw on my news feed, like from 3 years ago, where I posted an ass picture. And the thing was, that was one of the things that got me in trouble in country radio, and was allegedly why I got fired, even though it's not. That was one of the reasons that they did, but that had nothing to do with it. That's their little scapegoat. But like I saw that and I was like, you know what? I haven't done anything extreme in a while. Like I haven't done anything to just show out in a while to tell everybody they can kiss my ass. And what better way to tell everybody to kiss your ass than to actually post enough of your ass for them to kiss?
Right.
Yeah, it's like,
I laughed.
Well, see, like my thing is, dude, I'm all about keeping a chip on your shoulder. I'm all about that, to where, man, it's not that everybody has screwed me over, because everybody hasn't. There's people that have literally slapped me in my face in a bar at one of my events. There's been people that have fired me. There's been people that have run my name through the mud and everything. And now, like, I get to go, haha, like, and it's petty. It's petty. And it's not me being humble or nothing like that. But, I leave humble up to priests. Like, they can be humble. Yeah. I'm going to be an asshole for a little while, especially the people who's been assholes to me. And it's just like, when I get a chance to just show out every once in a while, like, I want this event to be big for you guys. I really do, because McRae and me don't have the best reputation. And I don't like it. It's petty shit, but it's like, if I can go to McRae and I can get more people to come to this event, and then hopefully set up another event shortly after, it's just like, oh, you remember all that shit y'all talked? Now you can go right ahead. And I would make more jokes. I would make more jokes about the shit, the people around there that talk shit about me, but I don't want to get you in trouble.
Nah, you ain't gonna get me in trouble. You ain't gonna get me in trouble.
Well,
they already hated me. I'm from Florida, and I freaking go bear and deer hunt. I'm the guy that's dumping deer carcasses on the side of the road. They hated me from a long time ago, but I wasn't doing that. But I've got blamed for it.
Yeah. Well, you got to watch fucking around me. You're liable to get a cease and desist letter from over there. I'd hate for you to get one of those. But if you do ever get one, I'll show you what you can do with it. I'll tell you, I'm a petty bitch.
Hey, that's what makes it exciting.
Well, I just know what I'm doing, and it's nice to get hooked up with people like you, that after a few conversations, I can see what your vision is. I can see you're not full of shit. I can see you're trying to put on a really good show. You're trying to provide a really good environment for everybody. You're allowing people to put on shows there that you don't think are going to trash your venue, or it's going to be a problem. Like, you care what goes on there. A lot of people don't give a shit. A lot of people's like, give me the money, give me the deposit, pay me what you owe me. Y'all have a good time, stay the hell out the way. You're more hands-on, and I like that. I like when someone, whether it's the owner of a venue or a bar or something like that, to where they really take the time and give a damn. And it just seems like you give a damn. And then some of our conversations, yeah, you got it. You sold me on our first conversation. I still feel like I rushed you off the phone because I was in Nashville the first time we talked. And I was getting ready for a show, and I was like, "This guy thinks I'm a fucking asshole. There's no way this guy likes
Negative.
me." But you
Well, remember, I listened to the show, so I knew where you were at. I knew what you were doing because I listened to the show. So yeah, you know what I mean. So
well, that's another thing. I very much appreciate that, and that's for me. I don't like people kissing my ass, but I do like some flattery. I do like somebody saying I listen to the show and I like it. It makes me feel good. It lets me know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to, especially when you got people like you that want to do business with me, that want me to be the person that MCs the events, the person that wants me to come out there and record. So just so everybody's listening again, the Josh Terry podcast will be there Saturday. We will be recording. I do not know in what format we're recording yet. We're just going to have to see the setup when we get there. Because doing the riders rounds, I know I'm going to record them, but I don't know if we're going to have to do the exit and the entry, or if we're going to sit there and talk, or if we're going to just come in and talk every once in a while. I really got to see how it's going to be set up. And to also too, like, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. So it's just where, like, hey, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what works best for everybody. I'm a team player, and we'll make it work to where when we put the episode out, that everybody knows about 9 Point Properties, knows about you, knows about the stuff that you've got going on and the stuff that's available there. Because y'all don't just do concerts and shit. Like, y'all do weddings, corporate events, live concerts. I mean, y'all do a lot of stuff out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've actually got some weddings coming up too as well. So that's going to be fun. And, you know, we have that 5-acre pond that I was telling you about. That was because we haven't really kind of got deep into what's going on there. But that 5-acre pond wasn't there. My uncle actually dug that and put it on the property and build his dikes and dams. You know, that's kind of like the Georgia thing that they do. And we've got a nice gazebo and stuff that was built on the edge of it so that people can go in and have their weddings inside the gazebo. It's like, and then, like I said, the actual event area, it's kind of like a barnuminium. It's about 3,000 square feet. So we can accommodate a few people inside as well. And thanks to Telfair County, I believe we just got our beer and liquor license. So
Yes,
we're
sir.
able to actually have, you know, some drinks for the, for folks if they're thirsty enough for those. And we're also sponsored by Coke, which is great to have Coke aboard because they're right there close to the house as well, McCray. It's yeah, and how the name came about. This is how it came about. So I blew my shoulder out March before last. So I was down, and I was an electrician for 17 years. So I went up and helped my uncle wire the building and stuff and get everything ready to go. Well, after I finished it up, they were finishing the building up. My uncle cut his thumb off with a table saw.
Ugh.
So there's your 9 Point. It was a joke that turned out to be the name of the property.
That's fucking good. Dude, that's
how
good.
it got its name. So yeah, that's so right when he was finishing up, it was the last bit. Yeah, they tried to save it. He actually wound up going to Macon to try to get it put back on, and then they couldn't do anything. So he wound up coming all the way home to Orlando before he got it fixed. So, so he doesn't have a thumb anymore. But hey, he's got a nice piece of property up there.
That's fire.
Yep. And he's had it it's been in the family for about 15 years.
Okay.
Like I said, we deer hunted up there for many, many, many years before this kind of took about. The pond's got bull weevils in them. They wound up stripping the property, and then he kept 24 acres right there around the pond, dug the pond, and you know, and kept it clean cut and ready to go, and then decided to build a house on it like 2-3 years ago. So, well, the event, I should say. I say house, but yeah, it's like the event area.
That's cool.
Yeah, man, it's been a blessing for them to be able to have a spot up there like that. It's been a blessing to, you know, be able to work with people from Georgia as well. Be a blessing to actually get to work with you. I mean,
dude, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun,
dude,
regardless of anything else. We're gonna have a good time. I
promise you.
I can't promise you much, but I promise you a good time.
Right. And that's what I tell everybody. Same thing. You know, I try to have a good time. I try to make sure that everybody's happy and safe and just have, you know, and just enjoying what's going on around them. It's a big part of our lives, you know. And with this music, like I said, you know, yeah, we can hire those national acts to come in or whatever the case is. But a lot of times, man, I like to just take it back to where I'm at.
Yeah,
You
there's
know,
nothing
just
wrong
take
with
it
that.
back and enjoy it. Enjoy it, and give them the. I always when my uncle built that place, I said, you know, I really want to give the folks that may never get a chance to play on a stage or open for a national act a place that they can go in this
That's
area.
cool. I like that.
Yeah,
Well,
that was my big push.
Well, I'm glad that you have a place. There needed to be a place. I kind of wish I would have known about you sooner. I didn't have any idea. I'm glad we got hooked up. Shout out to my boy Riley Anderson for
What a great songwriter!
Oh my god, dude,
He's freaking a monster. I love him to death.
If Riley, if you're listening to this right now, dickhead, you need to stop.
Right.
You are,
dude. He is.
If you don't make it, I'm quitting. I'm quitting.
I know that.
Where the fuck
Oh
I'm
my
doing?
gosh.
Like I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, I think he's in Florida tonight. I think he's in Mexico Beach or something like that. Yeah,
I talked to him a while ago. I'm setting up something for Alabama towards the middle of next month. Shout out to the Cotton Field again and Pearl Promoting. I'm gonna take some boys over there and they're gonna wine and dine everybody for a day or two, and it's gonna be good. And Riley was one of the first people I called
Absolutely
about it. Yeah, dude. I'm just excited. I'm excited for this weekend. If I know you're not from this area, but this area is dying. Like it is dying and starving for music. Going to Macon is fun. I do a lot of shows in Macon. I love going to Macon. But the thing about Macon is they don't have that good old boy and girl environment. The Hummingbird where I'm doing shows and Crazy Bull are about the only two places that's going to offer full band that's like that. And then my dude at Cashman's, Ron, he does it. He does acoustic acts that are just so damn good. But besides that, there's not really shit going on in Macon anymore. And still then, like you get that area, like I said, that where the event's at down in McRae at 9 Points Properties, y'all. On Saturday night at 7 o'clock, gates open, have you ass there at 7 and drink and party with me. But there's nothing around there. You got to go all the way to Vidalia. Like, why there's not somebody putting on events and promoting shit in that area blows my mind. And it's centrally located to a lot of good counties that, hey, you throw some country music out there in a field, man, you ought to have a good ass turnout. So I'm excited. And like I said, these artists that everybody with the event has put together, man, this is going to be good. I'm excited for it.
Yes, sir. I'm super excited too, man. I can't wait to watch these guys, and you know, it's just to see what they've got. You know, throw it on the table. Let me see what you got, type stuff. Because I don't get a chance to see them all. You know, I don't get a chance to see those guys because I'm constantly traveling as well, and just the only time I get to see them is via Facebook or Instagram or whatever. You know, and it's some of those guys that I know, like you know, they're kind of impressive what they got going on.
Yeah.
It's I can't wait to see it live.
Well, you was talking about beer a while ago. I meant to ask you this. This is buy beer at the venue, right? There's no BYOB.
No BYOB, please.
Hell yeah. What kind of alcohol are you going to have there?
For me and you?
Oh, no, for the people buying.
For people buying. Oh, we're just beer and wine.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell y'all, I'm a princess. Whatever y'all drinking ain't what I'm drinking. There will be something in my cup, and I don't know how it got there. A magic little whiskey fairy might have brought it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We're just beer and wine, so we've got, you know, all your standards. Bud Light, Busch Light, Michelob Ultra. That's a pretty hot commodity. Miller Lite, stuff like that. And then we got the foo drinks, you know, the standard White Claws and stuff like that.
Sweet. What about
Trulies.
food? Are y'all gonna be offering any food or anything?
We are going to be cooking. We're going to have Boston Butts. So it'll be sandwiches, barbecue sandwiches and stuff like that. You can purchase there too as well.
Sweet. What time do you think this is going to run to?
Man, I hope it lasts all night long. I hope everybody's having a freaking good time, dude.
Well, I'm going to make sure that people that want to have a good time have a good time. Now, like Aaron Brown's mom and daddy, I don't know if you've had a chance to meet him or his mom and daddy yet. His mom and daddy are a trip. I love his daddy. His mama's a sweetheart, but drinking with his daddy, you better have a shit ton of Busch Light. He might not drink Busch. It seems like it's Busch or Michelob. I really can't remember. Dude is a fucking trip, a blast. I know he'll have a good time with me if nobody else does. But yeah, it's you're as long as I don't know the ordinance is what I'm getting. I want people to come when gates open so we can party, have a good time. But I like, what time do you have to shut down?
Well, we're in the county, dude. I mean,
You
as
don't
long
have
as the
to.
sheriffs will stay, I don't have to shut down.
You
Yeah,
hear that? As long as y'all are fucking tipping. I'm guessing
That's
there's
right.
got to be a tip jar up there. I don't know
Oh
why
yeah,
there wouldn't be.
absolutely.
As
The
long as you
boys need
guys
to
are,
be making money.
yeah, as long as y'all are tipping. As long as y'all are tipping. Hey, look, I'll tell you, y'all need, if y'all are having a good time, if there's 10 of y'all there, y'all get together and say, hey, let's each one of us do $10 an hour to keep these boys going. And we'll stay out there all night long. I'll get up there and I will make sure they stay their asses up there all night long as y'all are putting money in the tip jar. And as long
That's
as you're
it.
buying the beer from the folks, as long as you're just having a good time. I mean, I heard there's going to be probably a couple surprises that are going to come to hang out with us. My big brother, Lee Tucker, is supposed to be bringing his fat ass out there. And I just found out who I'll probably talk his ass into getting up on stage at some point in time is Lee. But Dustin Heron. Dustin Heron's probably coming. Him and his old lady. Because I want to show them this venue. Mainly because why not, if this goes well, why not get my best friends to come down from Nashville and do a fucking show there and us promote it as a fucking party? Like
Yeah, no
a
doubt,
fucking
man.
party. So it's gonna be, I'm excited. I'm excited, especially
Dude,
if you don't have to quit, especially if there's not an end time on it.
I mean, we've been out there to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Who are we gonna fool with? You know, there's nobody
Yeah.
out there, man. Who
And
are we gonna fool with?
I'm bringing a DD, so don't none of you cops fuck with me.
The-
I've been in jail in Telfair County before when I was 18 years old. You ain't getting me Saturday night, pig. So stay the fuck away. I've learned my
oh,
lesson.
sweet. Yes, we want everybody to please be safe. You know, if you can, please bring a DD. We want everybody to have a good time, but we don't want any mess. You know.
Drink responsibly means something, folks. Don't fuck up
Yes,
somebody else's life because of your stupid ass decisions.
absolutely, 100%. I appreciate you making that service announcement.
Well, that's the thing with like these events, dude. They have a chance to be something really fun for the people in that county and be something really fun for the artists. Something to where the
Yes.
artist calls you and be like, hey man, I want to come back. I want to do this shit again. I want to have a good time. I want to hang out at 9 Points Properties. And if you got a bunch of people out there showing their ass or acting fucking stupid or whatever, man, it deters people from wanting to do that. That's why I watch. If there wasn't such a good lineup and good people putting it on and you and everything, I don't associate myself with shit because you're not going to say that Josh Terry podcast or myself or anything that I do was out here and this is like promoting DUIs or promoting fighting or anything. That's
Yes.
not a way to run a fucking business. So if you come there, you
Nope.
come for a good time. You come to have fun. You come to support the artists. You come to actually enjoy yourself and listen to real country music too. Besides for Kerrigan's, you got to take your ass all the way to Macon or all the way to Statesboro to hear real country music on a Saturday night now in Middle Georgia. So you guys need to come out and you need to appreciate it. It's gonna be good. I know it is. I haven't been to one of these in so long. I'm used to everything that I do being in a bar now. Or this is gonna be fun for me. This gets me back to my roots. I ain't even got to dress up. Oh my
Nope.
god, I'm probably gonna have on fucking Crocs. I'm probably gonna be rocking
I
out
hope
with
so.
Crocs on, man. Shit.
Nobody's here to judge. Yeah. Nobody's here to judge, bro. You don't have to put fancy on to
But
come out to this place.
it probably just depends. I'm gonna have to bring a date because, like I said, I know what that area is like. So it's probably just gonna depend on whatever my date, whoever that ends up being, what they wear. If they're looking nice, I'm probably not gonna look trashy. But if they're like, you can wear whatever you want to. Cut off jorts and Crocs, baby. Oh,
That's
but
it. Hey, and props for your shirt, man.
thank you. I very much appreciate it. My buddy, I have a cousin that served in the Marines, And I don't remember what happened. I was going to see him one time and I saw this shirt and I bought it just to support him. I get asked all the time if I served. I'm like, no, I was too big of a chicken shit. I didn't want no part of getting shot at, but I appreciate and I respect and I love the ones that did. So I wear it for fun.
Yep.
But
I got a 19-year-old who's enlisted.
okay, dude, why didn't you tell me that before? I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you
You
for
don't wanna
raising a
you don't wanna
fucking
brag about
badass.
it too
dude.
much, you know.
You ought to. You ought to.
I'm trying, yes, sir.
Well,
Yes,
send,
sir. Yes,
you
sir,
know what
I'm
I
trying.
always do? I always do, especially if he's enlisted. Send him a little message. Send him a little message real fast.
Hey, yeah, we're praying that you get your leadership award this weekend because he's finishing up. He's been a platoon leader for his whole time up in Camp Lejeune. So we're praying he gets that. I can't wait to hear that answer come tomorrow because he'll be finished up tomorrow. Then he's heading to Chesapeake, Virginia, to finish his training for MP. So
That's cool.
can't wait, man. We're praying for that.
Well, I'm proud of you too, dude. I don't know you, but I'd like you if I knew you. I'll tell you that.
I was a sissy too. I didn't get in either.
It's okay. Some of us had to do other shit. Some of us we're not as cool or as important, but some of us had to do other shit, you know. But let's just go over the lineup one more time and the information on it, and then we'll get the hell out of here. We'll go enjoy the rest of our Thursday night. So it's 9 Points Properties. It's at 591 Turnpike Cemetery Road in McRae, Georgia. And when you're out there, by the way, you guys just pay attention to the whole atmosphere, just the space and everything, because they do offer corporate events and weddings, not just live music. This will be the Small Town Throwdown. It's this Saturday, July the 8th. The gates open at 6 p.m. and the show starts at 7. Tickets right now are $20 in advance and $25 at the gate. Yeah, make sure you follow 9 Points Property on Facebook. I'll probably put the link in it underneath this with the ticket sale link.
Yes,
and then everybody that's coming to play: Aaron Brown, Will Richardson, Nate Baker, Will Mosley, and Derek Flowers. It ought to be cool. And maybe there's some surprises to get up on stage too. You never know.
oh, man, that'd be so awesome. I may bring some surprises of my own. I don't know yet. I'm working on it.
Well, I mean, if it's just a party. Well, see, like I was kind of confused. I thought it was just a writers round, but now I'm thinking it's just a party. Like yeah, I don't know. I meant to ask you that a while ago. Because that was the thing, like with it being a writers round, you got to do it one way. If it's just a party, you can fucking do whatever. Like you can just have a good ass time. So
I think these boys deserve to have a good time.
Yeah.
I think instead of a structured, let's just do it the Josh Terry way. Let's just throw down and let's see what happens.
Well, you're either gonna really like it or you really ain't. I promise you, you're either gonna be happy as hell in the night. I'm like, I can't wait to have this guy back, right? Or you're gonna be like, I really don't want to ever speak to this son bitch again.
Right. I doubt that's gonna happen.
Well, I hope like hell it don't. Well, dude, I appreciate you taking some time with me and hanging out and everything. And I really look forward to Saturday. I know I'm getting there early, folks, to help set up and everything and all that good shit and to start drinking. So if the gates open at 6, I'll already be there. So get your ass there, come drink and hang out with us. This is McRae, Georgia. So you guys ain't got no excuse if you're from Central Georgia. And I already looked at the lineups everywhere else for this weekend. Come down here. Just come down here. You're going to see some real country music from some real talented guys. And it's going to be a good fucking time. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
So you got anything you want to say before we get out of here, boss?
Oh man, I can't wait to get up with you guys and can't wait to have the guys in there. We'll get sound running and have some fun, man. That's what it's about, dude. To give these guys let them tear it up one time and have a good group of people to watch them and have fun and cheer them on. That's the most important part.
Hell yeah. Well, remember, folks, this July 8th, Gray, Georgia, 9 Points Properties, Small Town Throwdown. Derek Flowers, Will Mosley, Nate Baker, Will Richardson, Aaron Brown, and all of you boys that I just read your name. Tomorrow's Friday, or the day this episode's coming out is Friday. Make some videos. Tell people that you're going to be there. Don't just share the flyer. Play a song,
That's it.
play a little ditty for the folks, and then say, hey, if you want to hear more, bring your ass to 9 Point Properties Saturday night. It's gonna
Absolutely.
be fun.
And I know
It's
that,
gonna be fun.
yeah, they're all capable. I know they can do it. I got faith in them.
Well, I just don't like. I don't know any of them besides Aaron, and Aaron does a decent job of promoting stuff from what I've seen. The rest of you guys, and you might be pushing it. Push it harder. Push it harder to
yes.
where I always remember this. If you're an artist and you're listening to me right now, always do more than what you're supposed to. One, so people will ask you back. Two, so you get paid more. It's your own fault if some of you don't get paid more from not putting in the work promoting events.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, that's enough for me being an asshole for this.
I didn't see it as being that way, but okay.
I didn't. Well, so you got some sensitive Sallys in this world that'll take it that way.
Oh.
But also, if they're that sensitive, I got 2 big ass cheeks they can kiss.
Or they can leave it on their pillow when they get up in the morning.
That's exactly right. All right, man. Well, Brian, I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit, and hell, I'm ready to see you Saturday, bud.
Yeah, bud. I can't wait, man. It's going to be a blast. It's 7 o'clock. Doors open. Let's do this thing, man. I'm excited. Can't wait to get up there and put this on for these guys.
Let's do it. Small Town Throwdown, McRae, Georgia, this Saturday. Go look up 9 Points Property on social media, and I'll be sharing the flyer. You ain't got no excuse not to be there. Thank each and every one of y'all for listening to the Josh Terry podcast. I will catch y'all later.